Welcome everyone. Welcome to Sumo Logic Illuminate. My name is Vipul Verma. I am Senior Vice President in LambdaTest. It has been more than 1.5 years since I've been LambdaTest. Today in this session, I'm going to share how LambdaTest is using Sumo Logic to get the insight how LambdaTest user are executing test on our platform. And then I'm very happy to announce that LambdaTest is doing a partnership with Sumo Logic and building an integration so that our common users they also get the benefit of LambdaTest and Sumo Logic so that they get the insight of their test performance, test failures, and they can get the actionable on Sumo Logic about their test. So without any further ado, let's jump in. So this is the agenda that I will be covering most. Um, Again, welcome everyone. My name is Vipul. I will be your speaker today, and then I will be talking about what does Lambda test do, and then I will be jumping on how Lambda test is using Sumo Logic to get the insight into the test performance of the tests that are executed by our customers. Next, I will be talking about how Lambda test is going to solve the challenges and what we are going to bring as an integration for our common customers of Lambda test and Sumo Logic. And in the last session, I will be more than happy to take any question and answer. About me, a little bit. My name is Vipul. I have more than 12 years of experience in the SaaS industry. I have worked in the industry like observability, security, and cloud computing. I am also an ex-Sumo. I have spent almost 5 years in Sumo Logic in 2013 to 2018. What is Lambda Test? So Lambda Test is world's fastest and most reliable test execution platform. We provide a cloud platform for all the developers and testers across the world so that they can do manual testing, automation testing of their web application, mobile application, desktop application. So basically, we cover everything related to testing. You, our customers do not have to manage any infra, and all the features and execution platform is provided on the cloud. So in summary, developers and the testers they need a robust and test execution platform that is reliable, secure, and scalable at the same time. Lambda Test has multiple product lines. Like suppose you want to test your application on any combination of browser, operating system, you can do that on Lambda Test. We have launched various new product this year, Hyper Execute, which is like next generation end-to-end test execution platform. Test at a scale, which is developer centric platform, so that we provide lots of smart features around execution and insight of unit test execution. So Lambda Test serves more than 1 million users across the world, and then we serve across 130 plus countries. We are a customer obsessed company. Lambda Test takes care a lot, and we continuously keep on monitoring how our customers using Lambda Test as a platform. Before even customer they reach out to us about their problem, we already know their problem, and we proactively keep on fixing those problems even before customer notices them. And how do we it? We use Sumo Logic very heavily. We have built lots of dashboard monitoring around the text execution data, which gives us the insight and signals to take the actions even before our customer observe it. So I'm going to uh, present some slides which will show how we are monitoring our customers. So for example, like this is the very generic dashboard that we have created. Here you put either the organization name or organization ID, and it will provide you lots of information over a time range. For example, like it provides you the organization details, like on which plan this particular organization is on and what is the subscription they have bought. Then we see how many tests a particular customer is running, and what is their build time, and what is the total number of tests ran in a build, and what has been the total execution time or average execution time, right? So this gives us the very clear visibility how our users are using the platform, right? So in the last graph, if you see here, it compares the total execution time versus the queue time at a given time window. So time window here is 15 minutes. So here it's telling us like if customers test are spending more time in execution or more time in the queue. So obviously if it is spending more time in the queue, customer will see higher latency in their test execution because um, they will be their test will be landing more in the queue than actual execution. So this gives us the very clear visibility if customers tests are going into the queue or not. If you see on the top graph here, we can see the test with their corresponding status, right? So over a time period, we know if customers tests are going into error state or they are passing. So if they are passing, it's all green, it's good. But if something is failing, we keep a very close eye. Why is it failing? Is it failing because of some issue on the Lambda test side, or is it failing because of some issue in the user's script, right? Then in the bottom row, we see on which operating system or browser or mobile device this particular customer is running their test on, right? So this gives us the basically how what is the coverage of the tests that are being run by a user. So this is all about how Lambda test is observing and monitoring its users to take action, right? So that we can make sure that our customers tests are always in healthy state. Now, uh, what we are building is we are building an integration with Sumo Logic, so that our common users and I'm sure they might also be facing this issue and they might also want to see similar kind of dashboard. So good news for the common users is now that LambdaTest has built an integration with Sumo Logic. All you have to do is just install the integration in LambdaTest, and automatically LambdaTest will start ingesting the data to Sumo Logic account, right? Where the common users, they can go to Sumo Logic, install the application for LambdaTest, and then they themselves basically get lots of insight of their test execution. So I'm in the next slides going to show what kind of visualization we have created in the dashboard. For that, I'm also going to use and give the live demo the dashboards that we have created for as the part of this integration. Cool. So as part of this integration, once you install Lambda test application in your Sumo Logic account, you will get these two dashboard. The first one is about the overview of text execution, and the second one is very, very specifically about the error. And error could be coming because of issue on the Lambda test side, or maybe you're running much more test than your concurrency, or it could be the issue on your automation script, right? For example, let's say once your test is complete, but you are not sending Selenium Qt command. In that case, your test will be landed into idle timeout status. So what do we get as an information in this dashboard? So on the top row, you get some numbers. What are those numbers? Like your total errors that you are getting in the test, how many tests got idle timeout, how many tests got queue timeout, and how many tests got into lambda error. So lambda error are specific to issue on the lambda test side, but rest others are mostly the issue on the automation test script. On the bottom, you will see a trend over the time period, and then you will see the failure regions. The basically the graph is stacked over different failure regions, right? So there could be multiple regions, and then here you will get why your test failed. What was the biggest reason of test failing? Then you will see basically top error messages that your tests are facing, and then you will see the basically pie chart and then table form of the same. And then you will see basically the ratio of test get that are passing and that are failing. So basically you can see that somewhere on this time window some of your test failed, right? So this gives you a view like why something failed, and then you can drill down what happened, what kind of test run in this particular window to find out their reason of failing. And then we have like test failure by their name, and then top 10 flaky tests. So these are like very very important to get like what are the top 10 failing tests that user is getting. And then this whole dashboard is like templatized on test name and build name. So suppose you want to see a performance of particular test, you can select it from here. Similarly, you can do same thing on the build name as well. So as soon as you select a build name, automatically this whole dashboard will be refreshed for that particular build. So let's move on to another dashboard that we have created, and this dashboard gives you very high level picture of your text execution. So in the top we have a few numbers that will tell you like how many tests ran in 24 hours, how many tests got completed, and then specifically if you have marked some test as passed, so here that number will be shown. How many tests got failed, how many got errored out, and then you will also see the uses of browsers and with their version. So on which browser and version you are running your test. So here we are showing only the top 5 browsers, but if you want to see the much more details, here you will see all the details of all the browsers and their version that you are using in the test. And then similarly we have broken down the operating system uses, so you will get to see what kind of what are your operating system coverage given by your test. So you are running test on Windows 10, Android 11, iOS 14, and it could be both desktop operating system and mobile operating system. And again you get similar kind of information on the table kind of structure. And this is very important graph, like this will show you kind of you can compare your text execution count with 24 hours, the data with the 24 hours ago, right? So you can see if today you are running more tests than yesterday, or you are running the less number of tests than yesterday. Similarly, you can also see the queue uses, like how many tests at particular given window, how many tests are being landed into the queue, and you can also compare it with the data of 1 day ago. So this will also give you a picture if you are using too much queue, or so that you can either increase the concurrency or you can basically better plan the execution of your test. So this is just a screenshot of what I just showed you on the Sumo Logic. So this is the dashboard that will be ready out of the box once you install the LambdaTest app on Sumo Logic. So this is the same slides that I just shown you on the Sumo Logic product. Cool. So this is what I just wanted to highlight, how effectively uh, LambdaTest is using Sumo Logic to monitor our customers' performance. Now we are very happy to release an integration with Sumo Logic so that our common users, they also get the similar insight for their data. So I really like this session. I hope you guys will also love this integration, and we are open for any kind of feedback. Feel free to share the suggestion or enhancement on this integration, and we will be more than happy to accommodate those changes. Thank you everyone for watching this video, and I hope this was very useful for you guys. Thank you.